Selamat siang teman-teman, kembali lagi bersama aku di channel Syauki Azra. Kali ini guys, aku akan bermain game yang bertemakan Wagon. Game ini adalah game gratis yang bisa kalian mainkan di Steam. Dan jujur saat ini aku sangat takut dari soundnya aja udah mengerikan cuy. So teman-teman jangan lupa untuk subscribe, like, dan komen, dan jangan lupa untuk share ke teman-teman kalian supaya channel ini semakin berkembang cuy. So let's go into the game. DLC nggak tahu gue mau DLC apa, trivia gue nggak tahu, kita start aja langsung lah. Dagon is a faithful interactive adaptation action sequence or inventory management here. Okay.
I am writing this under an appreciable mental strain, since by tonight I shall be
God.
no more.
Aku udah mulai guys. Wait, I can do anything stupid? Okay, during the game you will encounter interactive elements. Some of will allow you to continue your journey. Other reveal interesting fact about the original short story. It's historical. Okay. Kita bisa pakai ini guys. Klik. Wait, what the hell is this? Wah, serem guys, pokoknya serem. Wait.
Penniless, and at the end of my supply of the drug which alone makes life endurable, I can bear the torture no longer, and shall cast myself from this garret window into the squalid street below. Do not think from my slavery to morphine that I am a weakling or a degenerate. When you have read these hastily scrawled pages, you may guess, though never fully realize, why it is that I must have forgetfulness or death.
Okay.
It was in one of the most open and least frequented parts of the broad Pacific that the packet of which I was supercargo fell a victim to the German sea raider.
Salah satu ceritanya itu saat dia tentunya si pemeran utamanya sedang berada di Pasifik Belanda, Raider, Laut Belanda. Gue bisa gerak ya? Gue gak bisa gerak apa cok? Oh ini dari Lovecraft and Great War. Wah gak gitu apa? Gimana? Gue gak bisa gerak, gini doang anjay. Ini ribut lagi perang kah?
The Great War was then at its very beginning, and the ocean forces of the Hun had not completely sunk to their later, so that our vessel was made a legitimate prize, whilst we of her crew were treated with all the fairness and consideration due us as naval prisoners.
Guys, what is this? The Hands. Saya bisa baca sendiri ya. Coy, ini sebenarnya nggak bisa digerakin apa gimana dah? Gue pengen yang gerak anjir, gue pengen explore. Oh my god. Bisa.
So liberal, indeed, was the discipline of our captors, that 5 days after we were taken, I managed to escape alone in a small boat with water and provisions for a good length of time. When I finally found myself adrift and free, I had but little idea of my surroundings.
Oh, jadi ini dia kabur dari kapal perang, guys.
Never a competent navigator, I could only guess vaguely by the sun and stars that I was somewhat south of the...
Jadi dia tuh nggak pernah belajar navigator, Tapi dia tuh cuma bisa menebak kalau misalkan arah cahaya muncul itu bahwa sesuatu yang ada di south atau selatan.
Of the longitude, I knew nothing, and no island or coastline was in sight.
Wait, this is good actually. Cok, ini bagus amat ya. Bagus banget guys. Bagus banget guys, bagus banget.
The weather kept fair, and for uncounted days I drifted aimlessly beneath the scorching sun, waiting either for some passing ship or to be cast on the shores of some habitable land.
Jadi katanya itu kita terombang-ambing di laut tanpa arah gitu guys, aimlessly. Dan kita cuman bisa menunggu kapal melewat atau apa gitu guys. Kita harus nyari sesuatu guys. Oh, this one. Oh, minum.
But neither ship nor land appeared, and I began to despair in my solitude upon the heaving vastness of unbroken blue.
Nah, ini dia guys. Sekuat-kuatnya kalian ketika kalian berurusan dengan matahari, sinar matahari, pasti kalian bakal bakal kayak lemes coy. Ditambah lagi kita cuma ada di kapalnya itu terbuka banget.
The change happened whilst I slept.
Sesuatu berubah saat kita tidur. Apa nih yang berubah coy?
Its details I shall never know.
Sesuatu yang sangat detail yang seharusnya tidak aku tahu.
For my slumber, though troubled and dream-infested, was continuous.
Cumi-cumi gede banget guys. Cumi-cumi gede banget. Bentar, kok kayak di luar angkasa ya? Wait, itu kapal kita tadi.
When at last I awoke, it was to discover myself half sucked into a slimy expanse of hellish black mire, which extended about me in monotonous undulations as far as and in which my boat lay grounded some distance away. Though one might well imagine that my first sensation would be of wonder at so prodigious and unexpected a transformation of scenery, I was in reality more horrified than astonished.
Serem banget gak sih guys? Tentakel, terus tatapan dia. Ini di mana sih, bukan laut?
For there was in the air and in the rotting soil a sinister quality which chilled me to the very core. The region was putrid with the carcasses of decaying fish and of other less describable things which I saw protruding from the nasty mud of the unending plain. Perhaps I should not hope to convey in mere words the unutterable hideousness that can dwell in There was nothing within hearing and nothing in sight save a vast reach of black slime. Yet the very completeness of the stillness and the homogeneity of the landscape oppressed me with a nauseating fear. The sun was blazing down from a sky which seemed to me almost black in its cloudless cruelty, as though reflecting the inky marsh beneath my feet.
Bintang lautnya serem banget sumpah. Ini apa gede banget, sumpah gede banget. Hampir setubuh lebih dari gede. Oh my god. Ntar aku nyari tanda-tanda dulu. Oh, suaranya cok.
As I crawled into the stranded boat, I realized that only one theory could explain my position.
Oh my god, gede banget, Cok. What the hell? Itu apaan anjir? Oh my god. Itu apaan, Cok? Kok udah kayak berdetak gitu ya?
Through some unprecedented volcanic upheaval, a portion of the ocean floor must have been thrown to the surface, exposing regions for which innumerable millions of years had lain hidden under unfathomable watery depths. So great was the extent of the new land, nor were there any seafowl to prey upon the dead things.
Itu loh guys, tuh dia berdetak tuh, tuh kayak gini apa anjir?
For several hours I sat thinking or brooding in the boat, which lay upon its side and afforded a slight shade as the sun moved across the heavens. As the day progressed, the ground lost some of its stickiness and seemed likely to dry sufficiently for traveling purposes in a short time.
Tuh gede banget itu, gila. Gue disedot mati anjir. Wait, ini kan yang dulu-dulu guys. Kayaknya yang dulu-dulu dah guys.
That night I slept but little, and the next day I made for myself a pack containing food and water, preparatory to an overland journey in search of the vanished sea.
Coba dulu pada nggak makan apa gimana dah? Wait, kaget gue ngeliat bayangannya.
On the third morning, I found the soil dry enough to walk upon with ease.
Oh my god! This is fucking huge. Gede banget anjir. Pada kemana itunya?
The odor of the...
Wait. Gede banget sumpah. Suaranya tuh.
All day I forged steadily westward, guided by a faraway hummock which rose higher than any other elevation on the rolling desert.
Anjir, ini apa anjir? Lah kok ada paus kesini-sini? Kok ada paus ya? Kesini-sini ngapain guys ya? Paus ngapain kemari ya? Makin ketemu hal-hal yang gak jelas aja.
That night, I encamped, and on the following day still travelled toward the hummock, though that object seemed scarcely nearer than when I had first espied it.
Oh wait. Kalau ini tuh lintas segede ini coy, lu disedot mati. Sekali sedot dong anjir, belum nyedot malah lu udah mati anjir.
By the fourth evening, I attained the base of the mound, which turned out to be much higher than it had appeared from a distance.
Kalian mau lihat cahaya di kiri yang ini gak guys? Cahaya di kiri itu, di kiri layar. Ini kalau aku kesini nggak ada nih. Ini kalau aku kesini ada dikit loh. Kalau aku kesini lebih jelas. Dua cahaya menyinari di dalam situ.
And too weary to ascend, I slept in the shadow of the hill. I know not why my dreams were so wild that night, but ere the waning and fantastically gibbous moon had risen far above, I was awake in a cold perspiration, determined to sleep no more. Such visions as I had experienced, and in the glow of the moon I saw how unwise I had been to travel. Without the glare of the parching sun, my journey would have cost me less energy. Indeed, picking up my pack, I started for the crest of the eminence. I have said that the unbroken monotony of the rolling plain was a source of bait, but I think my horror was greater when I gained the summit of the mound and looked down, whose black recesses the moon had not yet soared high enough to illumine. I felt myself peering over the rim into a fathomless chaos of eternal night.
Serem amat coy ini. Sensasinya itu loh.
Through my terror ran curious reminiscences of paradise and of Satan's hideous climb through the unfashioned realms of darkness. As the moon climbed higher in the sky, I began to see that the slopes of the valley were not quite so perpendicular as I had imagined.
Bagus. Tapi serem anjir.
Ledges and outcroppings of rock afforded fairly easy footholds for a descent, whilst after a drop of only a few hundred feet, the declivity became very gradual.
Soalnya lihat nih, kelihatan banget dari lumpurnya aja tuh, bukan lumpur pak, licin banget coy. Bisa.
Urged on by an impulse which I cannot definitely analyze, I scrambled with difficulty, gazing into the Stygian deep, all at
kotak tuh apa guys?
that it was merely a gigantic piece of stone. But I was conscious of a distinct impression that its contour and position were not altogether the work of nature. A closer scrutiny filled me with sensations I cannot express. For despite its enormous magnitude and its position in an abyss which had yawned at the bottom of the sea since the world was young,
dan apa serapi gitu guys, maksudnya kalau terkikis dong sih nggak apa-apa, cuman ini serapi itu cowok, apa perbuatan manusia bukan guys. Bacot ngomong mulu lu, pokoknya itu baru kawan. Oh,
the moon,
bukan bener.
Now near the zenith, shone weirdly and vividly above the towering steeps that hemmed in the chasm, and across the The writing was in a system of hieroglyphics unknown to me, and consisting for the most part of conventionalized aquatic symbols such as fishes, eels, octopi, crustaceans, mollusks, whales, and the like. Several characters obviously represented marine things which are unknown to the modern world. But whose it was plainly visible across the intervening water on account of their enormous size, were an array of, I think, though the creatures were shown disporting like fishes in the waters of some marine grotto, or paying homage, grotesque beyond the imagination of a Poe or a Bulwer.
What the fuck?
Glassy, for one of the creatures was shown in the act of killing a whale, represented. Awestruck at this unexpected glimpse,
then suddenly I saw it.
With only a slight churning to mark its rise to the surface, the thing slid into view above the dark waters.
Wait, what the fuck?
Like and loathsome, it darted like a stupendous monster of nightmares to the monolith, about which it flung its gigantic swirling arms, while it bowed its hideous head and gave vent to certain measured sounds. I think I went mad then. Of my frantic ascent of the slope and cliff, and of my delirious journey back to the stranded boat. I believe I sang a great deal and laughed oddly when I was unable to sing. I have distinct recollections of a great storm, so at any rate,
dalam lautan bersembunyi sesosok monster.
When I came out of the shadows, I was in a San Francisco hospital, brought thither by the captain of the American ship which had picked up my boat in mid-ocean.
Mid-ocean.
In my delirium, I had said much, but found that my words had been given scant attention. Of any land upheaval in the Pacific, my rescuers knew nothing.
Anjir, kita cerita cuman mereka pada nggak tahu, coy.
Nor did I deem it necessary to insist.
Anjir, kira tiba-tiba ada yang masuk.
Once I sought out a celebrated ethnologist and amused.
Oh, ini kita nulis ya, kita nulis ini ya guys ya. Nulis cerita kita. Dagon. Wait. Asian god of fertility and crops. Dagon guys, yang tadi kita ketemuin guys, yang sesosok makhluk besar.
But soon perceiving that he was hopelessly conventional, I did not press my inquiries.
Arkham House. The Marketer. Ada lagi ke? Fuck you. Kita kesana coba. Serem amat coy ngeliat ini. The Scientist.
It is at night, especially when the moon is gibbous and waning, that I see the thing. I tried morphine, but the drug has given only transient surcease and has drawn me into its clutches as a hopeless slave. So now...
Oh, this one. Elder Sign. Lovecraft and tobacco and alcohol. Ada lagi kah tandanya? Enggak ada ya.
Often, I cannot think of the deep sea without shuddering at the nameless things that may at this very moment be crawling, worshipping their ancient stone idols, and carving their own detestable likenesses on submarine obelisks of water-soaked granite. I dream of a day when they may rise, of a day when the land shall sink, and the dark ocean shall ascend amidst universal pandemonium.
Wait. Semua kirim kapal. Monster anjir. Monster, cok.
The end is near.
Wait. Suara apa coy ini?
I hear a noise at the door, as of some immense slippery body lumbering against it.
Ada air-airnya gitu loh guys.
It shall not find me. God, that hand! The window! The window!
Window apa ini? Anjir, mati cok. Mati kah? Serem banget coy. Jadi gila coy. Semenjak kejadian tersebut. Oke guys, mungkin sekian dulu dari aku. Jangan lupa untuk subscribe, like, dan komen, dan jangan lupa untuk share ke teman-teman kalian supaya channel ini semakin berkembang. So see you next time. Dagon, serem banget cuy, Dagon.